Hi Joshua, my name's Simon from Little Big Marketing San Diego. You spoke to my brother Mark, I believe, yesterday about having this free custom video filmed and sent over to you to help you either reduce your spending with companies like Yelp or Home Advisor, Angie's List, or to spread the eggs out, from your basket so that you have other revenue generating tools such as your website and Google My Business, your own assets that can generate revenue. So I'm going to share a few tips with you to help you rank your website and Google Business a little better on Google to help generate those free leads for you. Now, this is something that I do. Not everyone wants to do this themselves, so if that's something that you want to talk about, feel free to reach out to me. But I also have a lot of other training that I'm more than happy to provide as well. So with that, the three main things that I want to talk about are content, backlinks, and citations. And I'm going to kind of explain them as I go. But to start with, I'm talking about content on your website, which is, in fact, before I do that, I wanted to point out I found that you have two Google Business accounts, which can be okay unless they're under the same address. They are both using the same phone number, so what's going to happen is Google is going to prevent either one of them being shown unless you actually go ahead and remove one of these and mark one as permanently closed, which then Google will eventually remove from Google. From the search results, and then it'll actually leave one there that will be able to be shown. If you need any help with this, just feel free to reach out and let me know, and I'm more than happy to help you with this. But that's something that you definitely need to do because this is going to be harming your revenue chances, I suppose, or revenue increasing chances. So what I'm going to do, so I wanted to talk about content first, which is content on your website, and I'm going to compare you to two of the top competitors in your area, in Escondido specifically. Which obviously can extend to all the areas around that, including the entirety of San Diego. But starting in Escondido, I've chosen two top competitors, and I'm going to compare yours to theirs. So, and I'll show you who I've chosen as I go. But first of all, content, I'm talking about words and images on your home page specifically. Google likes to see at least 1,500 to 2,000 words on a home page. So as I scroll down here, it doesn't look like you haven't got a whole lot of content there. Google uses this to essentially assess whether you're an authority on the topic of painting, because if you manage to get 1,500 to 2,000 words about all the services that you offer, it paints you as the expert. Google looks at that, and if you're answering all the potential questions that a user might have looking for painting services, chances are Google's going to show you to those people. So at least 1,500 to 2,000 words. But then images as well. Images taken on your mobile phone of job sites, of before and afters and things like that, specifically from your mobile phone, are extremely valuable because they come with data embedded in them that Google reads to see where they were taken and when they were taken. And that is important for ranking on Google. So if you actually take a look at the top ranking companies across the US for painting, the average is about 80 images on a home page. You don't need to get 80. You just need more than your competition. So again, as I'm going to show you that now and how I chose them, I typed in painting company Escondido. But before I get to them, I just want to explain a little bit about this. This is Google search results. At the top here, we have the ads. Now we do use ads to generate short-term revenue because if you didn't know, brand management, brand growth, or SEO, whatever terms you've heard of to get organic leads on Google or rank on Google, takes time. We have to build out your branded online presence, and as I said, paint you as the authority on the topic in your local area. So ads are a great start. This is the Google Business section, which is an extremely lucrative tool for local businesses to use if they can get ranked on this. I'm going to talk a little bit about how to rank on those with citations I mentioned before, but I've skipped over Yelp and didn't mean to skip over CertaPro, but I've chosen wall-to-wall painting services and Stubbins Painting San Diego. And I'm going to show you something about Stubbins. Notice that he is ranked here quite well, and I'll show you why in a minute. But I skipped over Yelp because they're actually not that difficult to beat. The only reason that Yelp ranks is that it's a big company. Yes, they have millions of dollars for budget, but that's not what Google's looking for. It's actually looking for local business. And just in this case, at this time, there's no one that it would rather show than Yelp. No one Google would rather show than Yelp at this point. So that's why it's at the top. But we can circumnavigate that. Okay, so if we look at wall-to-wall painting and we just have a look and see how difficult it would be to beat them in terms of content on the home page, we can see they have got a keyword here, which are those any search phrase looking for a product or service in a target area. So for you, it was that painting company Escondido. These guys have got San Diego's most trusted painters. If I looked for painting company Escondido and I landed on this page, this is not what I would want to see. I would want to see Escondido. That's what I've typed in. That's what I want to see. So they're not doing this right. You could very easily. And as we scroll down though, the reason they are ranking is they've got a bit more content than yourself. And then probably other than those other businesses. And some other factors which I'll talk about later. But if you were able to get some more images and content on your homepage, you're already ticking the content box, okay? If we go to Stubborn's Painting and we have a look, we see they've got House Painters Escondido, so they're following that, that they're having that primary keyword in their header, and if someone in Escondido searched that and that's what they saw, chances are they're going to use this to reach out to them. As we scroll down, you're going to see quite a bit of content on the page. You're going to see images, calls to action, testimonials, FAQs, okay, and then a whole lot of stuff down here. And the reason that I kind of mentioned this website was, I don't know if you can see here, down the bottom it says powered by Little Pig Marketing. These guys were my client, however we actually let them go. Long story behind it, we were providing leads, they weren't closing them. So I want you to know that at least you can see right on this video that that I can rank websites. So listen to this stuff and you'll pick this up as well. Okay, but they do have quite a lot of content and quite a lot of images. So to beat these guys out, we're just going to have to do a little bit more. And of course, I know exactly how they got there. So that's one tick in the box for you, I suppose, if we did ever end up working together. Now, the second tip I mentioned was backlinks, right? Backlinks are where one website refers to another via a clickable link, and they act like endorsements. Google sees them like endorsements. So the more you have, the more endorsements you have, it's almost like a popularity contest. You have all this content on your website, and now other people are endorsing that content on your website. So Google looks at that, and the more, as I say, the more popular you seem, the more likely you are going to rank on Google. So at the moment, you've got 11 backlinks coming from 5 referring domains. Referring domain is just a referring website. Okay, and we can actually look exactly at what they are, where they're coming from. We can see you've got one coming from Expertise, Auto Site Checker, and those there as well. So that's how we determine, that's how Google determines if the content on your website is trustworthy, by endorsing it. If we come and have a look at wall-to-wall painting services, we can see here that they've got 66 backlinks from 21 referring domains. Okay, and what we like to do is check out this list, and we know that we're going to use this company like a roadmap. We can see the backlinks that they have, so we can go and get the exact same ones right here, and we can obviously then outdo their content on the homepage because we can see it with our own eyes. So you can see here, Chamber Master, Greater Escondido, right? That's a really nice, relevant to the target area, relevant link. Expertise, which you've already got, link building, painter contractor list, and we would just go down this list and get those, and then we get more. Okay, and we do the same thing with Stubborn's. Now, Stubborn's has quite a lot because Stubborn's was attempting to rank, or was ranking across San Diego. San Diego keywords have a lot more competition and require a lot more referring domains, but you don't necessarily need to start in that location. You might start in Escondido and you grow and grow and grow. You grow out to Vista, San Marcos, then Oceanside, Carlsbad, Encinitas, and slowly grow into where you are looking at ranking for the entirety of San Diego, and that's how it works. However, obviously, I have this list of links that these guys have, so that's another plus. Now, you can see that these guys are gaining a fair bit of traffic. So organic traffic is around, this is an estimate of how many, by this tool, which is called Ahrefs, this is an estimate of how much traffic they're getting per month, how many clicks they're getting through to their website per month. So if you were getting close to 1,000 clicks per month and you were only closing 10% of that, you're looking at around 100 extra jobs per month. That's why this is so lucrative. Okay, if you can get content, backlinks, and citations, which I'll show you in a second, all correct, chances are you're going to start building this traffic. Okay, and citations are what help you rank in the map pack on Google. So a citation is just anywhere your business name, number, and address is mentioned on Google. in anywhere on Google in directories like Yelp, Home Advisor, Triple B, or social medias, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, YouTube. There's hundreds of them. So if you have more citations than these guys here, chances are you're going to rank in the top 3. These are extremely relevant because people tend to trust Google. They can see reviews, so there's social proof. Google gives people just the information that they need in order to convert to a lead. And because people trust Google, they actually generally turn into a job as well. So they have a high conversion rate in terms of becoming a lead, but then a higher close rate in terms of becoming a closed job. That's why this is so important and why it is so much, much more lucrative than companies like Yelp and Home Advisor. And as I said, we offer these, I believe I said, we offer ads in the short term so that you can essentially pick up a revenue increase in your first month, sometimes your first week, in order to pay for the SEO, which then gives you the long-term business growth over 2, 3, 4, 5 years plus. SEO meaning this organic ranking. So it takes time, not necessarily that long, but again, you have the short-term revenue gain into the long-term gain as well, which becomes exponential. So extremely lucrative, extremely popular, becoming more and more popular. So what we're finding is that competition is increasing over time, but right now you're in a pretty good spot in Escondido there to start now and start to expand. So if you need any more help, more than happy to provide that to you. If you do want to talk about what you're actually looking for in terms of revenue gain, what I would do is see what that was, see what services specifically you offer and where. Then I would go back and make sure that I could put your website in front of enough people searching for it that would then turn into leads and turn into closed jobs for you to build that revenue amount. And we go from there. So please feel free to reach out with any questions at all, and we can set up a meeting. But other than that, I hope this really helped. And I am doing this because I want to see our small business economy start to thrive again, and start getting away from some of those companies like Yelp and Home Advisor, who I believe are ripping companies off. They sell the same leads to multiple different people, and they charge more for them. So with that, I hope it helped, and I hope you have a great weekend, and hope to hear from you. Thanks very much for watching.